It is sunny out. The room is empty. I'm right there. Y'all will be over there. Right over here. And my playlist will be on the next slide. Last time was in season.
Pause for your response. It is sunnier today. So here at Black Swan Cannon, I have the blinds up. If you're near a window, I would suggest doing the same thing. Let some light in if you've been stuck indoors, or if you're like me, stuck in a 500 square foot apartment with 2 cats and a boyfriend. And you'd like to see a little bit more than just those 3 things. My name's Kelsey. This is our 10 a.m. yoga flow. I like to think that I teach mine pretty amenable to leveling up and leveling down, so I'll be offering you all of those options. But if y'all are like me at all, today is kind of the day where it's like, we are in this. So it can weigh kind of heavy, it can be a little bit upsetting or just not quite so fun to be stuck in your apartment under this lockdown. So today we're going to try to kind of find a little lightness, a little levity. I'm going to stop talking about anything to do with being stuck in your apartment. And hi, Lucas. And if you have your playlist set up with me, or you're choosing to listen along with me, we're going to go ahead and get it started. And then we're actually going to start today on our back. But before we get there, I want you to stand up. And then for a second, lift all 10 of your toes from the earth. And feel your weight shift all the way back to your heels. Maybe so much that you start to fall backwards and you have to catch it and you feel the backs of your legs kind of light up. So a couple times, you'll kind of just lean it back and feel what it feels like to go too far back. Know and notice that you'll catch yourself with the sole of your foot, with the ball of your foot, with your toes, even as the back of the leg is still working. And now we'll kind of find that same little shift of weight forward onto the toes. So if you regularly wear high heels, maybe this is like a normal feeling for you. So how can you make it not normal? Without hinging at the hips, can you lean the entire body forward until you start to go forward? So lifting onto the toes, or even keeping the heels lifted, but just shifting the torso forward until you start to kind of lose it and have to catch it. So we're just feeling all these different lines of awareness, and I'm not faking this. I am going as far forward until I have to catch it. All right, and then find yourself grounded in your feet again. Can you find all your weight shifting over to the right foot? Lift your left leg. And then start to shift over to the right until your left foot has to catch you. So if you're getting nothing else out of this, at least you can laugh at me for falling and looking like a fool today for you on Instagram Live. So shifting over to the right, and then catching it with the left foot. And then finding the weight shifting over to the left, maybe the right foot lifts. Rather than creasing over at the hips or bending at the joints, can you try to keep the body in one long line as you lean over and then find that catch. All right, and then come towards the midline, come towards the top of your mat, sit on your butt, hug your knees into your chest and roll onto your back. Reach your arms and your legs up to the sky and just shake them out, let them go. And can you feel the shake not come from the feet, but from the femurs, from your thigh bones, like you're shaking your legs, and you can feel that reverb or shift and shimmy all the way into the low back. Same thing with the arms. It's not the hands, but the upper arm bones, the humerus bones, and maybe you feel them turning in the shoulder sockets a little bit. And then only as you're ready, hug your knees in towards your chest. Step the soles of your feet down towards the earth. And rest your hands on the fronts of your belly. We'll start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side a little bit, but can you feel that same sensation of all the weight shifting over towards the left as the knees point towards the left, and then press the outer blade of the right foot down into the mat to catch it. Feel the outer right hip start to engage just a little bit. Press your left big toe down into the earth, and now feel your inner thigh on the left leg engage. And now we don't have to collapse into this shift of weight. We can hold it. We can find strength and stability in this shift. And we'll find it again on the other side. Inhale, knees through center. Exhale, knees point up and over towards the right. Maybe so much that the left hip lifts, but can you still press the outer blade of the left foot down into the mat? So you feel the glute, the outer hip start to engage. And then rather than rolling all the way to the outer blade of the right foot, can you press your right big toe into the earth and press your right inner thigh without even moving the leg slightly over towards the left. Feel the stability, feel the shape. And then start to find a little bit of a sway of knees from side to side, but can you work to keep that connection? The awareness through the soles of the feet, through the inner and outer legs of the inner and outer lines of the legs. Rather than just kind of spiraling and shifting and throwing the legs from side to side, we have a little more awareness. It's a little more specific. As the knees point up towards the sky, hands still rest on the belly. Now begin to work the soles of the feet together. Knees can open out wide. If you have books or blocks or anything at all to slide underneath your thighs, please feel free. That's what I usually do. But wherever you're at, can you feel that same stability and lift and engagement in the legs? Rather than the knees just sinking and settling down towards the earth as far as they can and kind of being loosey-goosey, can you press the soles of the feet together? The big toes, the outer blades of your feet. Feel that your inner thighs are driving out and away from each other. And then your glutes, your hips, find a little bit of work, a little bit of engagement to keep the knees lifting up rather than falling down. As you inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, take a big snow angel of the arms down and alongside the hips. Palms of the hands face up towards the sky. The shoulder blades will maybe want to curl up and towards the ceiling. So can you press your armpits back and down and towards the earth and feel the shoulder blades move down, the collarbones expand out. Still press the soles of the feet together. We'll take it again. Inhale, sweep the arms up and back behind you. Can you keep rooting your shoulder blades towards the earth? As you exhale, slide the arms down and alongside you. Still press the armpits down. One more time, inhale, find a big sweep of the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, reach the hands down and alongside your hips. This time, use the hands, close the knees together like a book. Press through all four corners of your feet. Slide the arms once again up and overhead behind you. As you exhale, can you now reach your arms straight up over the shoulders? Press the palms of the hands forward, but like you're pressing them against a wall, so they don't go anywhere. You can still feel the engagement in your fingers, in your biceps, in your triceps, even as you hug the upper arms together. Take a breath in. Against resistance, exhale, press your hands all the way down and alongside your hips. Feel that the low back wants to arch. Can you keep pressing the low back against the mat? Feel the low abdomen engaged. Inhale, reach your hands so they stack right up above your shoulders. And then press the backs of the hands back without actually moving the line of your arms, as if you were pressing back up against a wall. And now feel your chest expand and kind of engage. Hug your upper arms together. Flare out your fingers, but soften your wrists. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up and back behind you. We'll take that again. As you exhale, hands stack above the shoulders, pause. Take a breath in, press the hands forward without them moving. Breathe out, draw your hands down alongside your hips. And then again, inhale, lift the arms up, they catch the shoulders, press the backs of the hands back, the armpits down, pause. Next, exhale, reach your arms up and back behind you. On your next breath in, can you press your low back down into the mat, lift your knees so they stack up and above your hips. Flare your toes out, heels are in line with the knees. And then we're going to put the motion of the arms together in this new shape. As you exhale, can you reach your arms up overhead all the way until they come to frame the hips. Shoulders can lift. Can you now actively press your hands down, just like we did when they stacked up and above our shoulders. Hug the inner thighs together. Press out through the balls of the feet. Press out through the pinkies. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up and back behind you. Press your armpits back and down. As you exhale, reach your arms up and forward. Frame the hips. Hug the inner thighs together. Feet stay separate. Drive out through the feet. Drive down through the knees. Inhale, reach your arms up and back behind you. We'll take it 3 more times like this. Option to stay like this or to tap the heels back down. Or as you exhale to lift forward, can you tap the heels towards the top of your mat without losing the connection of your low abdomen. And then inhale, knees stack up and above the hips, arms and back behind you. As you exhale, reach your hands forward, legs stay where they are or they tap towards the front of your mat. As you inhale, reach the arms up and back. Last one, exhale, come to frame the hips with the hands. Knees stay over the hips or heels tap towards the front of the mat. As you inhale, reach up and back behind you. Exhale, extend both legs up towards the sky. Extend your arms up to the sky. And then let it go, shake it out, release it. Hands to the back of your thighs now. We'll start to rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. The heels can tap towards the front of the mat, or the feet can stay lifted as you find a float forward and a float back. And we'll come to meet in a tabletop. You can choose to get there by coming to a seat and then transitioning forward or to the side. Or as you come forward, you can cross the ankles, open the knees wide and move forward into the center. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Can you spread your fingertips wide? So we don't have on mittens, fingers plugged up tight against each other, but we spread the fingertips out and we find gloves. And then wrap our outside of that request, you have about 5 to 10 breaths to just move around in your body in a way that feels good. That can look like cats and cows, inhaling to draw the belly down, stretching out the abdomen, exhaling to round the back and find space across the back body. Maybe that's a little bit more organic, shifting the hips, the shoulders, settling the hips forward and back. But we'll take a little bit of time to just warm up the body in a way that you need. Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. Start to settle into a tabletop. As you inhale, find your cow pose. And notice that even as you lower the belly down, the back can still be engaged. So hug the arms and the legs towards each other. Drive the center of the heart forward, the tip of this elbow up as you press your shoulder blades back and against each other. Exhale, round the back behind your cat pose, and then rather than arbitrarily pressing the body up towards the ceiling, can you choose to engage the belly button up towards the spine, hug the arms and the legs towards each other, and feel the body still work and engage. So active space, active motion as we inhale, draw the belly down, core is engaged, back is working. Exhale, round the back, core is working, back is working. Inhale, can you come to a space right in between those two shapes? A little bit more cat than cow if you had to kind of lean in one way. So we find this engagement and this slight doming through the front line of the body. Press the top of your left foot down in towards the earth. Inhale, extend your right leg back and behind you. Tap your toes towards the back of them. Take a breath in, press the earth away. Breath out, can you spiral your right heel down behind your left toes so your right toes turn out towards the right. You find external rotation. Inhale, turn onto the right toes. Exhale, turn onto the right heel. Inhale, turn onto the toes. Exhale, turn onto the heel and feel that the weight wants to shift towards the left. Can you press your right oblique over towards the right? And with the right toes turned out, lift the right leg in line with the right leg. Can you lift up onto your left fingertips so you square off the shoulders? And then I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to work a little bit. As you inhale, can you drive the right leg forward in line with the right hip? Try to keep the toes turned forward rather than up. Exhale, press the heel back and behind you. You can stay on left fingertips. Inhale, drive the right leg forward, press out through the heel, press through the top of the left foot to keep the balance. Exhale, press the right leg back behind you. Inhale, draw the right leg forward, drive out through the heel, and then tap the right foot down in line with the left knee. Your left fingertips are already tented, so it'll be easier for you to inhale and reach your left arm either out towards the left or all the way up towards the side. Can you press through the outer blade of the right foot? And then exhale, dome the spine, reach the left arm back and behind the right. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, reach the left arm back and behind the right. Listen for the change. Inhale, reach the left arm out toward the left. Find that the left hand is right in line with your left shoulder. Press through the top of the left foot, lift onto the right fingertips. Press through the outer blade of the right foot, reach your arms out to a T shape. Notice that the shoulders will probably be a little bit higher than the hips. So can you exhale, slice the hips back just slightly so the shoulders draw in line with the hips. Press through the top of the left foot. Inhale, biceps by the ears, feel the left quad work. Exhale, hands underneath the shoulders, shift the weight slightly forward. Take a breath in, lift your right leg in space. Drive the left heel, or the right heel back. Turn your right toes down towards the earth so you square the hips off the back. And then without rounding your back, exhale, draw your knee in towards the chest. Press the earth away. Inhale, press the right heel back in space. Can you engage your glutes? Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, spine is long. Inhale, press the heel back. Exhale, knee in towards the chest, take a breath in. Tap the right knee down next to the left, breathe out. Take an inhale, find your cow pose. Exhale, find your cat pose. As you inhale, find that space that's right in between. Press the earth away, hug your arms and legs together. Towards each other, and then towards the opposite. So arms hug towards each other, legs hug towards each other, and then arms and legs hug towards the front and the back of each other. It's a very confusing way to explain it. Inhale, extend your left leg back and behind you, and tone up the back of the left leg, right where your thigh meets your butt. Take a breath in. Spiral your left heel down and behind the right toes, breathe out. If you can, outer blade of the foot is connected, or let it lift up. Inhale, turn onto the toes. As you exhale, spiral the heel down. Option to lift up onto the right fingertips. As you take the next breath in, turn onto the left toes. Breathe out, turn onto the left heel. Press through the top of your right foot, lift your left leg in space and feel your glute work. Feel the weight shift over towards the left just slightly as you lift up onto right fingertips. And then drag the left heel forward in line with the left hip. Press out through the inner thigh. Exhale, drive the left heel back in line with the left hip. Inhale, left heel comes forward. Exhale, left heel drags back. Inhale, left heel drags forward, and then tap the left heel down towards the earth. Left hand is underneath left shoulder, right fingertips are tented, which is going to help us reach our right arm either towards the right or all the way up and over the left shoulder. Take a breath in, lift through the left inner thigh, exhale, reach the right arm behind the left. Press through the top of the right foot, inhale, unwind, stack the shoulders. Exhale, thread it through, can you press the right hand up towards the stack? Here's the change. Inhale, reach your right arm out in line with the right shoulder. Tone up the right arm, lift onto your left fingertips. So already starting the balance really early. Start to reach the left arm over towards the left. Feel that the hips shift up, that the shoulders lift up. So we'll take a breath in, and then breathe out like you're spinning the hips back, slice it back, lower the hips, the shoulders align with each other. Actively press through the outer blade of the left foot. Lift through the left inner thigh. Press through the top of the right foot. Reach your biceps by your ears, big inhale. Exhale, walk the hands underneath the shoulders, shift the weight slightly forward. Lift the left leg. Drag the left heel back. Turn your left toes down towards the earth, take a breath in. Left knee in towards your chest without rounding the back, breathe out. Think of this as a hamstring work. So extend the leg back behind you, really work the back of it. Exhale, knee in towards your chest. Inhale, press the heel back and behind you. Exhale, knee in towards your chest. Take a breath in, left knee next to right, tuck your toes under. Breathe out, shift your hips back towards the heels, keep your toes tucked. Rather than pressing your hands forward, can you bend the elbows towards each other and hug your hands back? So feel the space behind your shoulder blades start. And then as you hug the hands back, shift the weight back when you lift your knees. Exhale, slide the hips up and back behind you, downward facing dog. Walk it out, bend one knee and then the other. Let your gaze go back in between your legs. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, forward fold. And find once again that same sensation of shifting all the way back towards your heels, maybe your toes lift. This time your hamstrings are engaged. So can you drive the heels down? Maybe you find a little bit more stability as you tap the balls of your feet and then the toes down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, hands towards your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. As you reach the top, think of pulling the core up, the glutes down, big breath in. Give your hips space, shift them back as you exhale, hinge and fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Walk your hands forward, find your high plank, inhale. And then same shape you found before, exhale, shift the weight back, hips towards the heels. Slide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. And then this time, can you shift your weight all the way forward towards your toes and still press the heels, the quads back in space. Exhale, slide the heels down towards the earth, forward fold, stay grounded through the balls of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. That is the last thing to lift. You will roll up of the pelvis, down of the glutes. Press your armpits back as you breathe in. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Stick your butt back. Bend your knees, hinge and fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Hands meet your mat. Step the feet back, high plank. As you exhale, shift the hips back towards the heel. Hug the arms together. Breathe in, downward facing dog. One more time through those weird salutations, back and forward up the mat. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Lift your toes, engage the backs of your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale with a flat back, root to rise, reach the arms out and wide, up overhead, engage the core, engage the glutes. Exhale, hands through heart center, shift it back, hinge and fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out, walk your hands forward, high plank. Option to find that shift back and lift up, which will help extend through the legs a little bit more, or if you'd like your high and low plank, up dog to down dog, always available. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, float, fly your feet forward towards your hands, and then press through the balls, the big toe mounds of your feet. Press the quads back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center, shift it back, hinge fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands meet your mat. Step your feet back, your way back. Downward facing dog. Take a big inhale, a big exhale. As you inhale, guide with your hamstrings, with your glute, send your right leg up and back. And then can you tone up that back line, the inner thigh, the outer hip. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Can you think of crumpling the mat in between your feet? So hug the right heel back until you still feel the back of the right leg work. And then press the left thigh up towards the sky. Walk your left hand underneath your face. Tense up onto your fingertips if you can. Reach your right hand to your right thigh first. And then press your left armpit towards the right. Then, if you'd like, inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. The right hip will want to pop out towards the right. Can you drag the right hip back, the right inner thigh forward? And then can you use that activation to maybe float the left hand? Yeah, awful. Keep rolling and rotating, twisting through the spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a big circle of the right arm back. Bend the left knee slightly forward, high crescent lunge. So I talked about this yesterday. Rather than fully extending through the back leg, can you drive it forward slightly and feel that your hips could level out? Yeah. Reach your biceps by your ears, and then press your armpits back. Your elbows will splay out a little bit. Rather than this, we do this. As you exhale, sweep your arms back and wide. Shift your chest over your front thigh, extend through your left leg. Inhale, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, shift it back, maybe lift your right toes. Exhale, find your turbo crescent, reach the arms forward, or reach the arms back rather. As you inhale, reach it up, high crescent lunge. And then listen for the change. As you exhale, can you keep your front knee bent as you find this weather vane or bent knee warrior 3? I want you to feel the right outer glute work. Hug your pinkies towards each other. Hug your ribs and hips towards each other. Use the hands to help you. Standing leg raise, left knee up and high into your chest. I'm a sucker for a standing leg raise, so we're going to be here for a second. Really flare out your left toes. Bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh and then press the thigh up and against your hand. Really working. As you exhale, keep that work in the left leg. Tap the left toes to the top of your right toes. Feel the weight wants to shift over to the right. Hug the left hip out and towards the left. Take a breath in. Hands towards heart center. Close your eyes as you breathe out. Feel how much your right foot has to work to hold your balance. And then find that the left leg can stabilize, can help support, it can work. Inhale, standing leg raise, draw your left knee back and up, gaze can open. As you exhale, bring your right hand to the front of your right hip. Can you point your left inner thigh up and over towards the left? Reach your left inner thigh out and away. And then roll it slightly back and behind you so we externally rotate. Bend into your right knee. Left hand can be on the left thigh. As you exhale, can you extend the left leg? And then breathe in, bend the knee, find your fierce pose. Tap the left ankle up and over the right thigh. We're still finding that reach, that roll, and external rotation of the left leg. I don't want you to feel this in your knee, but in your hip. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, step it back, find your runner's lunge. Bounce your hips, lift your right toes first, and then your way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. With control from the back of your left leg and from the front of the abdomen, slide your left leg up and back. So thinking here a little bit more cat and cow, back is engaged, core is working, left heel is pressing out and away. As you exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Tentacle to your fingertips, so you let the legs work. Hug the right toes forward, hug the left heel back, and then press the ball of your left foot down into the earth. Right fingertips tent or drop down towards the earth underneath right shoulder. Left hand towards the left thigh first. Roll the belly button over towards the left thigh. Pull the left hip back, and then extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Drag the left inner thigh forward. You already know what that feels like from when we opened and found that abduction of your thigh away from the body, ABT. And then maybe here you lift and float the right hand. It doesn't have to be a high float, and it can just be for a second if you'd like. We're just feeling how much the legs can really stabilize and support us. A sweep back of the left arm, and then forward brings us to our high crescent lunge. It is hard to teach and cue and demo at the same time. Okay, bend the right knee down, and then draw the quad forward. Feel the glute, feel the front of your quad work. And then pull the left heel back. Can you lift your left toes and then ground them towards the ears? Biceps by your ears. Press your armpits back. Elbows will kind of open up and away from each other. That's okay. As you exhale, shift the hips back as you reach the arms back. Find your turbo crescent. So think about forward folding here. We're giving our low back space. Inhale, bend the right knee back and forward, biceps by the ears. Right heel over right toes. Exhale, shift the hips back, reach the hands back, palms of the hands face down, and they hug together. Inhale, lift up, biceps by the ears. And then here's a big one. Exhale, reach the arms back, and you shift so far forward that your right foot can lift from the floor. And if you need your hands to help pick you up, totally available. Bend into the left knee. Flex through the right toes, engage through the core. Arms help you out, standing leg raise, breathe in. Hug the left glute down, the right thigh up. Exhale, tap the right toes to the top of the left toes, draw the hands towards heart center. Can you feel the top of the right thigh engage? And if you can't, lift your right knee, press your hand and thigh against each other until you feel your core, until you feel your thigh underneath your hand. Tap the toes towards the toes if they're not there already. Bring your hands towards heart center, take a big breath in. Close your eyes as you breathe out. Can you press your inner thighs towards each other? And feel that maybe the balance is a little bit harder on this side. Saying that for myself. Even here with your right toes on top of your left toes, the right leg can still help catch you. Inhale, draw your right knee up in towards the chest or in line with the hip. Let's say in line with the hip, because I know some of us can really lift it up there. Bring your left hand to the front of your left hip. I like to bring the right hand to my right hip to help find that guide of my right inner thigh out of the way. If I start to feel this in my knee, take a look at your toes. Are they turned out or turned in? Keep your toes on the same line as the knee. So the leg is one long piece. We're moving it as one instead of in separate pieces. Drive the inner thigh out and away. Exhale, draw the right knee through center. Nope, don't do that. Keep your knee pointing out and away. Can you extend the leg? Feel that the hamstring helps lift. Exhale, bend the knee. Keep the external rotation. Right ankle over left thigh. Rather than sitting back, sit down. And then feel that this balance is still something that has to be dealt with here. So rather than letting the right leg just kind of flop down, let the right leg work. Let the right glute work. Press the right and left legs against each other. Breathe in, find your standing leg raise. Breathe out, step it all the way back, runner's lunge. Your way back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. A big breath out. As you inhale, slide your right leg up and back through your toes. Externally rotate the leg, lift through the inner blade of your foot, breathe in. Kick your right heel back towards the left side of your root rather than towards the left glute here. So feel that figure four shape in the right leg, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Spiral your left heel down. Drive your right inner thigh forward as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, lift your right hip, settle into your warrior two. Hug your inner thighs together. Lift the right arch of your foot. Feel the external rotation on that right hip. Inhale, plant the left hand on the left thigh. Bend the elbow back. Carve the right arm up and back behind you. Can you find space in the side of the right hip? And space across the chest. As you inhale, extend through the right leg. Maybe your left hand walks up the back of the left thigh a little bit. Can you lift the ball of your right foot and roll the glutes down? Feel the leg work. Exhale, round the right toes. Reach the arms onto a T shape, shift the hips back. Triangle pose as you exhale. And what I want you to think about here, rather than reaching all the way down towards the earth, is finding the right thigh rolling forward. A soft bend in the knee, and then a shift of the hips back. As you inhale, can you look down and forward? Point your fingertips forward on the right toes, and then slice the right knee forward. Find this lifted, extended side angle. So similar to our easy twist, we're letting the legs do the work. Breathe in, lift all the way up. Maybe those toes lift, glutes down. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Frame your right foot, turn onto your left toes. Your way back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, slide your left leg up and back. Externally rotate the left leg, left toes turn out. Lift not through your knee or your heel, but through your inner thigh. Feel the glute work. Drop your left armpit, bend your left knee, kick the left heel over towards the right. Simultaneous engagement across the back of the left leg, so think almost hamstring curl here. And space and expansion across the front of the left quad, the front of the left hip flexor. Breathe in. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Spiral the right heel down. Come up, let your left leg extend a little bit so you can lift the left hip. And then exhale, slide the left inner thigh forward. Can you press the right quad back in space behind you? So we're still expanding and working the right leg as well. As you inhale, reach the right hand towards the right thigh. Spiral the left arm up and back. Drive the left inner thigh forward. Reach the left obliques towards the back of the room. And keep lifting through the left hip. Externally rotate that leg, even as you extend through the left leg. Right hand can lift up onto the right hip. And then maybe lift your left toes. Press the outer blade of your right foot down into the earth. Engage the back of the left leg to help hold stability here. As you exhale, round the left foot, draw the hips back. Draw the left inner thigh forward. Reach the left hand towards the left shin. The right arm up and above the right shoulder. Hug the inner thighs together. Feel the right hip anchor you back. The left leg help reach you forward. As you inhale, can you send your gaze down and forward of the left toes? Point the left fingertips forward of the left toes so your left oblique will lift. And then drive your left inner thigh forward. Find this floating extended side angle. Roll the right shoulder back, the left shoulder slightly underneath the right. Hug the shoulder blades together, the elbows will slightly bend. Inhale, big lift, big reach. Can you lift your front toes again, glutes down or up? Exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your foot, turn onto your right toes. Step it back, find your downward facing dog. Take an inhale, and an exhale, tap your knees down towards the mat. Take a breath in, look out and forward. Breath out, take it in, look in. Inhale, find that space right in between. Exhale, a child's pose, a seat, wherever you'd like to slow it down. Let your breath soften. you inhale, start to shift your way back and forward to a tabletop. Tuck your toes under, shift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, slide your left leg up and back behind you, so a little bit different this time. As you exhale, can you walk your hands back towards your right foot, standing split. Soft bend in the right knee. Press the right thigh back, fold forward. Yeah, hands can be down and in line with the toes. They can walk up towards the calf. What I like to do is to bring the inside of my right forearm to the back of my right calf. Bend my knee and then press my leg and calf against each other. As you exhale, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Let your butt drop first so your gaze comes forward, and then keep the left knee tight in towards the left hip as you come up, standing leg raise. So we're going to work some balance today. Take a breath in. As you exhale, can you tap your toes towards your toes? Inhale, draw your left knee up in line with your left hip. We'll take that one a couple times. Exhale, tap your left toes down to your right toes. Let's see if I can say both sides of the legs right this time. Inhale, lift your left knee. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Can you tap your left toes to the front left corner of your mat? And still press through the right heel. It doesn't have to make its way all the way up towards the left front corner. Just reach in that direction. And then inhale, recoil. Draw your left knee back and towards your left thigh. That makes sense. As you exhale, bend your right knee. Can you tap your left toes up and over towards the right? Feel that your hips want to kick towards the right, so hug the right thigh against the left. Inhale, recoil, draw the left knee back in line with the left hip. As you exhale, can you tap your left toes back and towards the left? So you go off your mat, pull the right hip back, almost like turbo crescent. Inhale, draw your left knee up and high to your chest. And then here's the big one. Exhale, can you tap your left toes back and towards the right? As far back as you can go. Once again, your hips want to kick up towards the right. Hug the hips together. Press the right big toe down into the earth. Inhale, can you draw your left knee in towards your chest? Take the exhale, soft bend into your right knee. Inhale, draw your left thigh out and away from you. And then with no hands, can you connect your left foot to your right thigh? It is okay if your foot is on your ankle or your knee. We're not pressing our foot against our leg. We're working our quad, like we're gonna press our left quad up towards the sky. And then press the right thigh towards the left leg. Hands towards heart center. Biceps by the ears. If you're really crazy, close the eyes. Feel the legs work, the arms work, find the balance, to find stability. It's hard. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, close it off. Left foot meets the right. Take an inhale. Draw the glutes down, the core up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward, shift the hips back. Shift it out, find your ragdoll, swing your torso from side to side. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out, walk your way forward to a high plank, and then find your way back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, slice your right leg up and back. Tone up the right and the left leg. Take a breath in. Walk your hands back towards your left foot as you breathe out, standing split. Bend in your left knee. Press your left quad back. Your option of where hands go, fingertips underneath shoulders, back in line with toes, or inner line of the left forearm to the back of the left calf. Bend your knee, press the calf back, draw your nose down towards the left leg. Take a breath in. Right knee towards your chest, hands meet the mat, breathe out. Super glue your right knee in towards your chest. So take it with you as you come all the way up, standing leg raise. Right knee is up and high. Press your left inner thigh towards the right and then tap your toes down to your toes. Inhale, use your hip flexor, your core, lift the right knee. Left leg is stable, tap your toes towards your toes. Inhale, lift it up. Last one, tap your toes towards your toes. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, bend your knee, left knee. Tap your right toes forward and towards the right. Pull the right hip back. Can you press down through your left heel rather than your left toes? Arms are wherever helps you feel stable. Your core, your hip flexor, your hamstring helps you lift up. Bend your standing leg. Tap your right toes up and over towards the left. Your hips will want to swivel towards the left. So draw the right hip back. Feel the left hip elongate. Inhale, draw your knee up and in towards your chest. Okay, the big ones. As you exhale, bend into your left knee. Tap the right toes back and towards the right. Drop your right hip, press your left glute back. As you inhale, big lift, come all the way up, standing split. Standing split, standing leg raise. Exhale, right toes back and towards the left. Can you reach the right inner thigh out and away from you? And then hug the left hip back. So right leg is working to help balance on the left side. Inhale, draw up, lift up. Glutes are down, quad is up. Hands towards hips or towards heart center. Externally rotate the right leg. Reach the inner thigh away. It's like warrior two, extended side angle. It's like that weird kick that we did earlier. It's like what we did in our tabletop. Can you keep that external rotation? Tap the right foot towards the left leg. And then glutes down, core up. Inner thigh is driving out. Right quad is working. Left quad is working. Hands towards heart center. Hands up overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale, maybe the eyes close. Can you soften your toes? Ooh. Maybe don't stand half on and half off your mat. Inhale, lift your right knee, close it off. Exhale, step the right foot down to the mat. Let some weight shift over to the right foot to loosen off the left foot. Exhale, hands towards heart center, glutes down, core up. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Walk your hands out and forward. Find your high plank, breathe in. Tap your knees down towards the mat, breathe out. Walk your hands back underneath the shoulders if they're not. Swivel over onto one hip, come to a seat. And then find that your seat isn't the same seat that we've been finding while on Netflix, or if you're me, you're playing Paper Mario on a random Wii you found. Can you sit off of your butt? So your butt is instead behind you and you're sitting tall, almost more cow pose than cat pose. Draw the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide, and then draw your feet so that the toes are pulling apart from each other. If I had gotten a pedicure, I would show you my feet a little bit more, but just draw your toes away from each other for me. Hands to the fronts of your ankles. Press not just the balls of your feet, but the outer blades of your feet, the heels of your feet together until you feel your inner thighs work. The elbows will draw back, the chest will puff up. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw the elbows back, hinge the torso forward, still press the soles of the feet together, still pull the toes away from each other. Take an inhale. Exhale, can you think of sticking your butt back, your chest forward? Think cow pose, cow pose, cow pose as you inhale. Exhale, hands can walk forward, toes can relax, chin can draw towards chest, but can you still feel the inner thighs and the hips actively working, the feet actively pressing against each other? As you inhale, start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Draw your right heel in towards your left inner thigh. Plant your right hand back in behind your right hip. Find that same kick and extension through the left leg that we found arguably too many times today. Press the right glute, the left quad down and towards the mat. Biceps by your ears, take an inhale. Turn your belly button towards the left thigh as you exhale. Press your right hip, your right glute down into the earth. External rotation, take a breath in. Hinge and fold forward, breathe out. It doesn't have to be all the way down. I prefer, honestly, to keep a little bit of lift in the spine and think more of lengthening out than rounding in. If you'd like to enunciate that twist a little bit more, right hand can always walk to the outside of the left foot. Can you keep the spine long? As you inhale, walk through center, press the left inner thigh out and away from you, press the right glute down. Walk your hands back underneath the shoulders and then step your hands back behind your hips in one piece, torso leans back. Extend your right leg out towards the left. Bring your left hand to the left shin, step left foot to the right inner thigh. And then take a second to set up, maybe get the left glute out from underneath you. Press the left quad down. Press the right calf, the right quad down. Your right toes are pointing straight up. Your left knee is reaching straight out. Biceps by the ears as you inhale. Turn your belly towards the right as you exhale. Full breath in. Hips slide back, torso reaches forward. So active stretching here. We still find that press out through the right heel, drive out through the left inner thigh, and if you'd like a little more through the left hip or a little more twist in the spine, maybe left hand steps outside of right. Inhale, start to walk through center. Drive your right inner thigh away. Drive your left inner thigh away. Inhale, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Hands behind hips, lean it back just slightly. Extend your left leg out towards the left. And then find your straddle. Mine is nothing crazy. Yours doesn't have to be either. Press out through your heels, pull back through your toes, take a breath in, biceps by your ears. Breathe out, hips back, hands forward, forward fold. You can bring your hands to blocks. You can bring your forearms to the earth, palms face up if you'd like to find a little bit more broadening across the chest. You can think of pulling the fists away from each other. As you inhale, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Hands to the bottom of the thighs. Slide your knees in and together. Step the soles of the feet down towards the earth. If they're not there already, shift your hips towards the front or the middle portions of your mat, and then hug your knees into your chest. Come onto your back. Take a couple circles of the knees in one direction and in the other. Step the soles of the feet down towards the earth. Arms reach out to a T shape. Can you shift just the hips slightly over towards the right? Hug your knees in towards your chest. Let your knees drop up and over towards the left. Press your armpits back and down. Can you feel that the weight could roll a little bit more towards the thumb side of the arms, the pinky sides of the arms? But the pinky stays connected to the earth still. Just a micro movement. Press your right armpit into the earth. Can you tone up your left inner thigh? Use your left thigh to lift the knees back and through center. Step the feet down towards the earth. Center off the hips first, pause. Find the hips shifting up and over slightly towards the left. Hug your knees in towards the chest, breathe in. Find your twist as you breathe out. Press your left armpit down towards the earth. The pinky stays connected, or the pinky side of the arms at least stay connected, but find just a little bit of weight rolling towards the thumb side of the hands. Inhale, press your left armpit down and towards the earth. Engage your right inner thigh. Draw the legs back in through center. Center out the hips on your mat. Bring your hands once again to rest on your belly. Find that sway of the knees, the legs from side to side, a little stability, or if you'd like, just a little bit of freedom in the sway. Feel free. As you're ready, you'll begin to slide the right heel towards the front right corner of your mat, toes turn out. Slide the left heel towards the left corner of your mat, toes turn out. Palms of the hands can stay resting on your belly, or unbend the elbows, let the hands reach out and alongside you. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, can you feel the support of the earth reach up and grab you? As you find work transitioning into rest. You can stay in this shape for as long as you need. Close your laptop, kick over your phone, stay supported. Or take a big breath in and a big breath out. Begin to transition up and over to the right side in a fetal-like position. Pause for a moment before making your way all the way up to a comfortable seat, stack of hips, heart, head, with the hands resting in whatever space is meaningful to you. The Divine Light in me is so grateful for the Divine Light in each of you on this Tuesday morning. It's Monday morning. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back at noon and every 2 hours after. I'll be here tomorrow at 6. Please don't forget to support your teachers through our various donation links or through your favorite teacher's personal information. However you'd like to contact us, online privates, or just a thank you. We really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. And have a great Monday.